So now let's talk about YuYu Hakusho. In 2016, all the episodes of YuYu Hakusho were on YouTube, and I watched all of them. I binge watched the entire series and I loved it up until bullshit started happening. So the main character of Yu Yu Hakusho, he's a human named Yusuke. And he is fighting against demons. And he fights against one of the strongest demons in Yu Yu Hakusho. And of course he is losing the battle. But then a secret task force appears out of nowhere and they are like, we have to get Yusuke, we have to arrest Yusuke. A task force that has never, ever been mentioned once. And the task force is like, Yusuke is dangerous, his great 100 times over grandfather is actually the strongest demon in existence. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? Because I sure am. So Yusuke fights against the villain and he is losing, and then all of a sudden he turns into a demon. Now, not once was it ever mentioned that he is demon. He was always 100% human during the entire story. But yeah, now he turns into a demon and kills the main villain like he's nothing. And then the main villain is like, how did you kill me? Oh, what's going on, man? And then Yusuke is like, I don't know, man. I don't know how I killed you. I'm not sure what's going on. And then Yusuke's grandfather, great whatever grandfather, shows up and he's like, Yusuke, I took control of your body. And you see, I'm a demon. I'm the strongest demon ever in existence. And you, Yusuke, you are also the most powerful human demon hybrid ever in existence because you are my great 100 times over grandson. Like, complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. And at that point I was like, okay, I'm not watching this shit anymore. Like, what is this shit? Garbage. And the most hilarious thing is that there were only like 20 episodes left before this anime was about to end. And they pulled this bullshit. Absolutely unbelievable. Okay, so what can I talk about next? Let's go with Dragon Ball Super this time. So in Dragon Ball Super there was a tournament of the strongest beings in existence fighting for the survival of their universe. And up until that point one of the strongest characters was a guy named Hit. And Hit was able to defeat Goku. Like, whoa! Oh my god! And then in this tournament a new guy arrived named Jiren. And Jiren toyed with Hit, played with Hit. He made Hit look like a weakling. And Hit was the guy who defeated Goku. So, oh my god, this guy is so powerful. And Jiren was powerful. He was so strong. Everyone was afraid of him. And then he was fighting against Goku and Goku died. Goku died. But then generic shonen bullshit started happening. And Goku unlocked an ability called Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct is an ability that not even God of Destruction Beerus was able to master. It's the ability that only the angels have. And now Goku has it. So Goku starts fighting against Jiren and they both move so fast that all you can see are flashes in the sky. Goku, who was bullied by Jiren, is now somehow able to keep up with him and even land punches on him. Like, how? How did that happen? How did Goku get an ability like that? By dying. So yeah, Goku now is able to fight with Jiren and everyone is like, oh my god, they move so fast. I can't keep up with them. This is crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. It's also bullshit. So Goku got the bullshit power up by dying, and now he is able to defeat one of the strongest. No, wait, he is able to defeat the strongest character. Now let's talk about Naruto, and I'm gonna be very quick with Naruto. When you first saw Naruto, you saw these ninjas, fighting each other. Would you have ever imagined that Naruto and Sasuke are going to turn into giant energy kaiju monsters? That Naruto and Sasuke are going to be the two strongest characters in all of Naruto. And not only the strongest characters, but also gigantic, massive monsters. Oh, and not only that, you see, there are also aliens. The main villains are aliens, and there are space battles, and they fight on the moon. Like, what the fuck? Now, my personal favorite manga is Jojo. But just because it's my favorite, it does not mean that I'm not gonna expose it for bullshit. So I'm gonna be talking about Jojo Part 3 and later Jojo Part 5. So let's start with Jojo Part 3. The main character of Jojo Part 3, Jotaro, has the ability to punch really fast and he's very strong. That's his ability. And the main villain has the ability to stop time for like 10 seconds. And during the fight with the main villain, with Dio, all of a sudden Jotaro can stop time just like Dio. And not only can he stop time just like Dio, he becomes better at stopping time even though he unlocked the ability during the battle with Dio. And he defeats Dio. Here's where the bullshit starts happening. Not once was it ever mentioned that, oh, he can stop time. Not once was it ever foreshadowed. Even David Productions, the company animating this anime, was like, we need to add something because this is literally coming out of nowhere. So during the anime, they added a scene during the Jotaro and Endul fight where you can see time bend a little when Jotaro was punching Endul. That scene did not exist in the manga. The anime added it because they knew the ending was going to be bullshit, so they needed at least one hint. Even David Productions admits that, yeah, this Jotaro time stop, yeah, it comes out of nowhere. We're not gonna lie. A lot of people are still on copium and they are like, oh no, during the Darby fight, we can actually see Jotaro take a pack of smokes out of nowhere. He had the time stop ability back then. No, that was just supposed to be a comedic funny scene. Jotaro literally first time got the time stop ability while fighting against Dio. You can see that he has a shocked face, like he has no idea how to stop time, he's learning it during the fight. And later it's revealed that he can stop time because, you see, him and Dio are related, it's a long story. But that's complete bullshit because a lot of characters in Jojo are related and none of them have the same abilities. So yeah, Jotaro getting this time stop ability was Deus Ex Machina bullshit. But now let's talk about Jojo Part 5. The main villain of Jojo Part 5 is a character that can erase time. How can you win against someone who can erase time? Well, you can't. Oh, but there's this magical arrow that can give you any ability, and the main character, Giorno, stabs himself with the arrow. And what ability does Giorno get? Well, he becomes a god. He can do anything. He literally becomes a god. He uses his ability to give the main villain infinite amount of deaths. Bending space and time, basically. Because that's not overpowered at all. What I find ridiculous about Giorno's new ability, the Requiem stand that he had. He got the ability last minute during the final fight against the main villain, Diavolo. And he only got that bullshit ability just so he can have a way to defeat the main villain. The same way most shonen shows give main characters bullshit abilities because they have no idea how they can defeat these villains, these overpowered villains created by the mangaka. At least with Jojo Part 5, the arrow was mentioned from the start, so it wasn't complete bullshit. We knew that there was this arrow that can give abilities to stand users. But these Requiem stands, these godly abilities, we only found out about those during the final fight against the main villain. Now let's get to Demon Slayer. During the past year, Demon Slayer is the only anime I have watched, and I enjoyed it. In Demon Slayer, there are a bunch of characters that, well, they slay demons. And there is a group called the Hashira, and they are the 9 strongest demon slayers in existence. And the main villain, Muzan, is basically a god. I've seen the 3 seasons of the anime, and that's it. I have not read the manga. But one day during my YouTube playlist, a Demon Slayer ranking video randomly started to play. And I got into the room too late to stop this video because I saw something that made me a bit upset. The main character, one of the weaker characters in the show, not a weakling but not on the same level as the Hashira, was number 2 on the strongest characters list. Now I have no idea how Denjiro becomes one of the strongest characters, becomes more powerful than Muzan. I honestly have no idea how that's even possible looking at the anime right now. But I can only guess, and I'm gonna guess that some generic shonen bullshit happens. He gets a bullshit ability out of nowhere. He becomes a god with no or barely any explanation. It's just like most shonen shows. And I'm so sad that even Demon Slayer is becoming a generic shonen trash. Like, can we at least have one manga that doesn't turn into this basic bullshit? Is that too much to ask for? Like, come on. I don't understand what's wrong with all these manga creators. If you create a villain that's so powerful, is so broken that you have no idea how the villain can be defeated, you have to give your main character abilities out of nowhere, make the main character into a god. Then here's an idea. How about you don't create a villain that's basically a god? How about you create a villain that's on the same level as the main character? But no, yeah, we have to create this powerful villain because the story will be boring. And there are ways to defeat powerful villains without giving the main character bullshit power-ups. I can give some examples. Gintama is the perfect example. The main villain is the strongest character in existence on that show. And how was he defeated? Oh, he was defeated by literally everyone ganging up on him and defeating him. And I see no problem with that. Another overpowered villain was in Jojo Part 4, and it took a team effort to defeat the villain. All the characters did something to defeat the villain. And also, I see no problem with that. Or you can create a manga like One Punch Man or Mob Psycho, where the main characters are already powerful, like they are already gods from the start. There are ways you can create mangas, okay, without turning it into bullshit. And I just gave examples. Anyways, that's all for now. Peace.